what's up? It's Grace, and today I'm going to be doing my October wrap-up. Unfortunately, I didn't read a lot this month. I read three and a half books, but it sucks because this is my favorite time of the year to read, and I just didn't get the chance to read a lot because life was like, you know what, this month I'm going to throw a lot of problems at you. You're just going to have to deal. And I dealed and I couldn't read, so it's a bummer, but I liked everything I read, so let's get into it. So the first book I read on my Kindle, and that is Forever With You by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is the 5th book in the Wait For You New Adult Companion trilogy series. And my favorite so far is the first one. I haven't read all of them. I think I've read 3 and I don't know like what order. But this one was not my favorite, but it was cute. It felt like more of a short story than like an actual full like novel. I just felt like not a lot happened. But it did have a lot of cliches that, you know, Jennifer L. Armentrout does usually, like the insta love and some other thing that was like that happens a lot in new adult. But the cool thing is usually in I guess you could say romance novels, especially new adult, the main character is very innocent and kind of like virginized. And this main character, I think her name was Sydney. I actually don't know at all, so I think that's wrong. But she just pretty much gave a big F you to the double standard, which I really liked. It was very refreshing. And the love interest, I don't know his name, but he was really funny too. And Jennifer L. Armentrout, she's so hilarious. I love her banter that she puts in her books, and she's able to put more depth into her new adult stories than usually some of them have, so I really enjoyed it. Again, it was my favorite, but I still gave it 3.5 stars. The next book I read was Night Film by Marisha Pessl, which was cray. It was insane. This follows a journalist named Scott McCarth, and he's very intelligent. I kind of have a crush on him. But anyway, his name has kind of been tarnished because of a scandal that happened. But one day, a very well-known horror film director's daughter winds up dead, and it's ruled as a suicide, and he doesn't think so, so he further investigates it with the help of these 2 really peculiar people who I didn't know what to think of at first, but I actually really love them, and that's Hopper and Nora, I think her name is. I really enjoyed this. There was this whole element to the story that I didn't even think that it was going to be here, so that was really surprising. The writing was awesome. I loved the, this book is upside down. I loved how interactive it was with the kind of like newspaper clippings, the articles, the computer articles, and well, that's lovely. But it was really just different from anything I've ever read. I know that there's like an app that goes with this or something if you read the Kindle version, which I kind of want to do that, reread it sometime. I hated this book at the same time though because of the ending. Like I loved it, but I also hated it. But it still gave it 4.5 stars, and I still think about it all the time, so yeah. I hate it, but I love it. Next book I completed was Library of Souls by Ransom Riggs, which is the 3rd book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children trilogy. I'm really bummed out that this is over because this is such an epic, fun, very unique trilogy that I wish could go on a little bit longer, but one of the most satisfying endings of a book series that I've read in a really long time. With that being said, it wasn't my favorite of the trilogy. My favorite was Hollow City. I probably enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed the first book, and I just felt like a lot of the scenes in this were really repetitive to the other scenes in this. Like the main character, Jacob, almost died so many times, and that's one of my biggest bookish pet peeves, is when a character keeps almost dying and they just, like, you can only die or almost only die so many times until, like, it's very unrealistic. But I just love all these characters. I freaking love Addison. I just wish some of these characters, like, I just wish they were in here more, but they were really just, I mean, it all made up for in the end, and I really enjoyed it. I love Miss Peregrine. I love Jacob. Even though he bugs me a little bit, I still really love him. And I'm just really sad but also happy this is over, and I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars. And the half book that I read was Slasher Girls and Monster Boys by all these amazing authors. I've been halfway through for like half of the month, but I have been enjoying this immensely. I have loved all the short stories so far. My favorite is the second one, which is inspired by Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, which I believe it's by Kat Winters. Let me just double check here. Or no, sorry, Carrie Ryan. And it's In the Forest Dark and Deep. And I really, really enjoy that one. Yes, and I am going to be completing this soon. So those are all the books that I read in the month of October. My favorite book that I read was Night Film. If you want to go ahead and comment down below and tell me your favorite read of the month. And yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.